there is a sixth dimension, beyond that which is known to scammers. It is a dimension composed of digital artifacts, zeros and ones, where no one knows who anyone truly is. It is the middle ground between trust and lies, between naivete and greed, and it lies between the cesspool of fraud and deception and the misguided belief that anyone would offer wealth that you are entitled to in exchange for a nominal shipping and handling fee. This is the dimension of retaliation. It is an area which we call messing with scammers. Greetings, I'm your host, Scott Robison, and welcome to the finale of the Rev Henry Chronicles, sponsored by the letters S, C, A, and M. Last night's update included a telephone call from Rev Henry, who was upset that I keep making mistakes again and again and again in trying to send the money to him. I promised him that I would have everything resolved and that he should call me back in 12 hours, which was about 9 a.m. my time this morning. Now, I wanted him to call as promptly as possible because I had other things that needed to get done. So we started off the day with a brief email exchange. I'm home. Please call when you are able. I have to go out in a couple hours or so, but I'll be here for a bit. Dear Stan, go to the Walmart where you sent the money. Tell them your friend stays in New York City and there are no Walmart close to him. You would prefer a MoneyGram transfer. Go ahead with that and get back to me. Regards, Reverend Henry. I've already dealt with everything this morning. Please call when you can. It wound up being closer to 13 hours than 12 hours, but he did finally call. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Stan?
Yes. Sorry. I was just stretching.
All right. Were you able to take care of things?
I'm sorry, what?
Were you able to change it to MoneyGram?
Yeah,
Send it to MoneyGram?
So here's what happened. I gave this a lot of thought last night. And I did go to Walmart and I did get the $550 back from the Walmart to Walmart thing. But I talked to my attorney, I talked to my accountant. Have you been keeping track of my fundraising campaign?
Sorry?
Have you been keeping track of that crowdfunding fundraising campaign I was doing?
No, not that.
Oh, so you haven't...
No, I've not been keeping track of it.
Oh, so you haven't seen the most recent information. It closed yesterday. Oh, hello, puppy dog. I have 3 dogs, and one of them wants attention right now. She's so cute. Anyway, the fundraising campaign, in fact, let me pull it up because I can't remember the number off the top of my head. So the fundraising campaign closed yesterday, and in my account this morning, they deposited the total amount, and the total amount wound up being about $157 million. So I think it would be selfish and greedy of me to take money that was intended for victims of fraud and scams when I've already been blessed with all this $157 million. So I'm not going to send the $550, but here's what I am willing to do. I have instructed my lawyer and my accountant to put aside $50 million for you and your church. All you need to do is send them a $250 processing fee, and everything can be taken care of.
Yeah, hello, Stan. I don't understand you, Stanley.
Oh, I'm sorry. What didn't you understand? Is it just not a clear connection?
I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't understand you.
Okay, so well, maybe
you said your pop campaign did what?
So my fundraising campaign raised a lot more money than I had thought it would. Instead of $550, it raised $157 million.
That sounds fun.
I know, it's incredible. And so this $4.6 million that's, supposed to be for victims of scams, I decided it would be wrong for me to take that $4.6 million when I've already been blessed with this $157 million. So I don't need the 4.6 million ATM card now. So I won't be sending the $550 shipping fee. But I'm willing to share my 157 million with you. So if you'll send my attorney $250, then I will have him
And
send you $50 million.
Stanley, hello, Mr. Stan.
Yes.
I know right from time. Um, I know right from time this is not gonna work out because I know this money, this 4.6 million which you want, it take courageous mind to claim it. It takes courage from people to claim it. So I know you don't want it, you don't need it. All right.
I definitely don't need it now, but I want to
We
help
would have.
you. I want to help you, and I want to help your church, and I want to help the motherless baby home. So if you'll contact my attorney and send them $250, I'll make sure that they send $50 million to you. It,
Mr.
it just
Stan,
takes a little bit of courage.
Listen, Stan.
Yes.
I know right from time yesterday you never sent Walmart. I know you never sent any Walmart. I know yesterday you never sent Walmart. It's a 9 figures, not 8 figures. You said, but they are made of 9 figures. So you never went to Walmart to send any money. Well,
How could you say that?
I think
I've been just as honest with you as you
no.
have been with me.
Listen, Mr. Stanley, you don't play around with the Reverend Father. All right, I am God's child. All right, and I know everything you're saying is a big lie. I know all this while you've been playing around. I
Well,
know
and I know that
you've
you
been
know
playing
this
around all this
because
while.
you're an expert on big lies. Because you take advantage of people, telling them that they will get a large sum of money if they'll just send you a little bit. And people are either greedy or naive or stupid. And you should really be ashamed of yourself claiming to be a man of God and cheating people out of their hard earned money. It's just wrong.
People, God, God know I'm real and legit. Everything about this is real. Okay, I don't cheat from people. I can eat from people. All
Did,
right.
did you
What
know that
I
I
do
found
is
your
I help
picture?
people get.
I found your picture on the Barclays website. I know that you aren't who you say you are.
Let's think carefully. I don't cheat from people. I'm
You
a man of
you
God.
do nothing but
Right.
cheat from people, and you are using God's name to try to support your cheating, and clearly you are a fraud.
Listen to me. I am not a fraud. You getting things wrong. I take you. I told you from the onset. It takes courage to claim this harm, and all you need to pay is the shipping fees of 550, 450, or 350. Everything has to do from your own packet. Listen to me. You think you are the only person that got compensated? You are not the only person. There are other people that have gotten their ATM card and they are making use of it. So stop fooling around. Stop deceiving yourself, all right? You read from the internet, everything you read from the internet, you think it's truth, you think everything is real, or you think everything is fake? Look, there are real promos. There are real promos, all right? There are fake promos and there are real promos, all right? So what I'm trying to put across to you is that you are making a big mistake. I know you are never real. I know you are never real. The person you said you are. You are robot something. Robot stock. That's what you are. You're never Stanley. All right? I know that. All right?
Okay.
Well, I know this is identity theft. I know you are not the real person we are contacting.
Well, you're right. My name really isn't
And I
Stanley.
don't
Stanley
get
is a character from a
you are
television
not
show.
Stanley, which is Chris, which we are contacting. You are Mr. Robot something.
You really need a better
I
quality
know
internet connection. It's very hard to understand you.
Yeah, your name is Robot something. Robot something, not Stanley. I know it's an identity theft.
And you're an expert on identity theft because you stole the
Sorry?
identity of a man from India who works for Barclays Bank, but whose name is not Reverend Henry Larson.
Well, Stanley is nice doing business with you. I would look for someone better that would claim this. And
Okay, this is just a really poor connection, so I'm going to have to disconnect now. I'll send you an email outlining the details of the offer that I made you and the other things that we've talked about. So, anyway, bless you, Reverend Henry. Courage. It just takes courage to claim the money. Well, courage and $550 apparently. I think I might have finally gotten him to swear at me, but I can't tell for sure between the thick accent and the poor quality voiceover internet technology that he's using to pretend to be in Florida. At this point, I assumed that that was it. We're done. He's not going to call me anymore. He's not going to waste any more time on this. I started writing him a little email to give him the letdown at the end, share with him that he was a YouTube celebrity, things like that. Before I could even get finished with that, though, he called about 15 minutes later. Hello?
hello?
Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, Mr. Stanley.
Oh, Reverend Henry.
Yeah,
I did not think I would be hearing from
yeah.
you again.
Listen carefully. Do we confiscate the ATM? Do we confiscate? Do we cancel the ATM card?
I don't know, do you?
Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Do we do we cancel the transaction? Do we confiscate the transaction?
I don't know, do you?
I I know you're never in for this. You're never ready for this ATM card.
Right. I've just really what I've done is I've spent as much
Yeah,
time with you over the last couple of weeks so that you could not victimize other people with your fraudulent ATM card.
You keep calling me a fraud, and I keep repeating I'm no fraud.
But I know you are a fraud.
All right. What evidence? What?
Well, the single biggest evidence is that you expect somebody to give you money to ship to them something that supposedly belongs to them, and that you're using places like MoneyGram to send the money around, which is a very common scam. I get a dozen of these in my mailbox every day. And then, not the least of which is the fact that you used somebody else's picture to try to claim that you were an employee of Barclays Bank, and that person is not named Reverend Henry. So you definitely are a fraud. I get it. I don't know. I mean, it's clear I don't believe you at this point. I don't know why you keep holding on to this to this fake identity. I mean, why do you do this? Is it?
Let's be careful.
I mean, you know, look, reverends don't typically work for banks. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but usually reverends are in churches and they don't work for banks.
You're making a big mistake. See what you think? You really think like an old man.
But I'm really not an old man. I mean, clearly we've already established that I'm not really Stanley. Stanley's a character from a television show.
What's your name? Your name is Robot, right? Robot sucks, right? Right?
My name is what?
Your name is Robot. Sucks also.
Robot sucks?
Listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Okay.
You are making a big mistake, right? If you think this is a scam, you're just deceiving yourself. You don't know what you're saying. You think everything that comes through on internet is a scam?
No, I know that everything that comes through the internet is not a scam. My wife got some money through the internet just yesterday, but it was honest and legitimate, you see. And nobody asked her to send them money to ship it to her.
You are paying for your shipping fees.
No.
Or would you come down to London to come pick it up? Would you come down to London to come pick up your ATM?
Of course I wouldn't, because it won't be there.
To London.
I could always call. I'll just tell you what. I'll call Barclays Bank, and I'll give them your name, just so that I can validate that you actually are an employee of Barclays Bank. Would that make you happy? If I can find somebody at Barclays Bank who says that you really do work for them, then I will believe you.
Let's think carefully. You can go ahead. Go ahead and call them, but that doesn't change anything in the sense that, the first time I speak to you, some hours ago I spoke to you about canceling the ATM card. And the Barclays ATM card will be canceled some minutes or some hours from now, in the sense that it wouldn't be going to you anymore because it is an identity theft. You are not the real owner of that name. That name is not yours. So there is no way we can get the ATM card across to you. You are not Stanley. So the ATM card don't rightfully belongs to you.
Right. And Stanley,
we got the wrong person.
Right. Okay. So
we're dealing with the wrong person. No.
So it doesn't really matter to me at this point because I already know that the ATM card is not real. That there is no ATM card for a person named Stanley Wojciechowicz. First of all, Stanley Wojciechowicz is a character from a television show. So if your bank is trying to give Stanley Wojciechowicz an ATM card with $4.6 million on it, then your bank is really screwed up. They're sending offers of money to characters from a television show. And it doesn't matter to me whether or not there's an ATM card there. What I'm saying is, I will believe you that you are who you say you are and that you work for who you say you work if I can call Barclays Bank and find anybody who has ever heard of you.
Yeah, you go ahead. you go ahead and make your calls. But after making your calls and you make a confirmation, and I'm sure that you'll be convinced I work with the Backless Bank. But unfortunately, the money wouldn't be going to you anymore because
Well,
it's not your money.
that's okay, because it was never my money, because I'm not Stanley. Stanley's a television character.
Yeah. You see, it's not your money. So that's where the problem lies. No, it's not yours. Why do you want to claim it?
I don't want to claim it because it doesn't exist, because you're a fraud.
You almost claimed it. You almost claimed it. You want it.
I never claimed it.
You almost claimed it.
How could I claim something that was for a television character?
It's for a television character that you've been playing along.
So are you saying that your bank
along.
are you saying that your bank makes it a habit of offering $4.6 million ATM cards to victims of fraud who are only characters on a television show? You do have television where you're at, right?
Listen carefully. This money was not only offered to Stanley. This money was offered to 6 different individuals throughout the internet, throughout the continent. It's not just Stanley. We have some from America. We have one from Africa. We have one from Asia. We have one from Australia. We have one from Europe. We have another from South America.
You know, Reverend Henry, I've got to tell you something. I am impressed. I am very impressed by your dedication to your role. I already have. I would have dropped character by now. But you are, I'm not sure what you hope to gain at this point, why you continue to talk to me. I mean, I'm glad that you're talking to me because I'm recording this and I'll be posting it to YouTube later because it's great fun for me.
I'm recording these as well.
Okay.
I'll post it to the YouTube as well because I will post your number as well. It is an identity theft. Someone is trying to steal from another person. You are trying to claim someone's property. Every discussion, every email which we had, I recorded everything, and it's here. I will post it.
Oh, I'll post it
to the Google.
I have already posted it. In fact, I'm going to send you an email here in like 2 minutes.
I have your picture. I have your picture. Well, I will post it along. I'll post a picture along on the internet as well.
Well, okay. Well, one, I know.
Yeah, I have a picture of your phone.
No, you don't have a picture of me.
And your address.
You don't have a picture of me.
Yeah. I have your picture. I'll post everything on the internet, and I'll let people know the kind of person you are.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to steal someone's identity.
Thank you. I hope you do.
You are trying to.
Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
After you post this,
your address. I remember I have your address.
After you post this, would you send me a link to where you posted it so that I can go look at it myself? Because I really want to see this. I want to see the address and the phone number and the picture that you post, because all of those pieces of information were made up. None of that actually applies to me. Even the phone number is a fake phone number, just like the phone numbers that you use.
I have your real name.
What's my real name?
I have your real name.
Tell me what my real name is.
Yeah, it comes after the voice message. That is your name. And I have recorded it. I have the real name. It comes after the voice message. All right? So I have a picture.
Okay, if you, I believe you. You have my real name. What is my name?
I would post your address as well. The address, your number, this number, I'll post it on the internet.
Okay, so
I'll send it to America. I'll send it straight to the FBI.
Okay, so
FBI.gov.
Okay, that's fine.
So
but can you just tell me? Can you tell me my name or my address or my phone number? What do I look like? What color is my hair?
Why so upset? Why so upset in knowing I
I'm
have your picture?
I'm not upset.
You think
I just want you to demonstrate that you actually have it. It's easy to say that you have it. I mean, look, clearly, Reverend Henry, I don't know who you are. You are a fake
call the
person
backless,
that does not really exist, and
call the backless,
you use the pictures of other people to try to prove your identity.
call the backless bank to prove to make verifications. You will see what I'm telling you about. You know everything about me is real and legal. I do
No,
no black business. All right.
it,
That
the
is why
reality.
I was appointed by the Barclays Bank because of my transparency and my sincerity. I'm a reverend father. They know I'm sincere, I'm transparent. That's why they appointed me to make sure this money gets to the real owners. All right? I
Okay.
don't work with the Barclays Bank, but they appointed me. I oversee money going to compensators scam victims. That is my appointment with the Barclays Bank, okay? Because of my sincerity, my position in public. That is why I was appointed. I'm a reverend father. They know I'm transparent, I'm real, and I'm going to make sure this ATM card gets to the real owners. That is why I was appointed by the Barclays Bank, London. All right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you don't have to. You think, what do you think of me? Do you think I do black business? I'm not in for that. I have better things to do with my life. Money is never my problem. All right. I'm a reverend father. I have no family. All right. I am alone. A reverend father alone. I have no family. So all my savings, everything just goes to my account, and half of it goes to the orphanage and to the motherless baby home. So most of the things people of God, brothers of God buy it for me. They buy dozens of things for me. They give me lots of gifts. So I don't even touch my salary. I'm a rich reverend father. So I can't eat from a poor old people like you. All right. I was only directed to do my duty to make sure this ATM card gets to Stanley. All right, but I don't know you are a wrong person. So I've been dealing with the wrong people. So if actually you sent the 550, I would have sent the ATM card to you, and that would have been a big problem to me.
Well, then I'm
So,
really
so thank God for it. Thank God for it.
I'm really glad that we
Thank God for
finally
His
dropped
mercy.
it then, because I would not want you to send that money to the wrong person. But seriously,
I thank God.
when you post that information
God is
on
wonderful.
YouTube, my picture, my phone number, my address, my real name, none of which you know right now, please
I
send
have your
me a
phone number.
link. Please
I
send
have
me
your,
what is my phone number?
I have your. That is your phone number.
No, that's
I
not
have
my
your
phone
phone
number.
number. I have I have your phone number. I have your picture. I know your real name, and I wouldn't even. I'll be calling straight to the SGI to come up with, because I have a whole lot of friends that work for the SGI.
Well, then, I mean, do you have the ability to make a call while we're still talking? Because I'd like to hear that conversation with the FBI. In fact, if you want to hold on a second, I will conference in the FBI with us right now. Would that be helpful to you?
Sorry.
You know, on my phone, I can make 2 calls at one time. If you would like me to, I will conference in. I will make a second call, and we can all 3 talk together at the same time so that you can report my name and phone number to the FBI. Would that be helpful to you?
That would be very much. I don't need you to make call. I will make my call. All right.
Okay.
Are
All
you
right.
afraid?
So are you going to post
Why not?
this? Are you going to post all of this information on YouTube like you
Why,
said you would?
why are you afraid? Why are you so upset?
I'm not
You shouldn't be
upset.
upset.
I'm not
All right.
upset. I'm asking you a
But
simple question. Yes or no, are you going to post my name, my phone number, and my address and my picture on YouTube? Yes or no?
I already told you. You should know my answer.
Okay, so when you do it then, because you've told me you will do that, so when you do that, will you please send me a link to the page on YouTube? He hung up. Oh, this is great. Oh, man. So there are a few things that I really liked about that exchange. The first is that he says that I was never serious about that ATM card. Then he says, I almost claimed the ATM card. Contradictory much, Reverend Henry? I say to him that I'm recording this to upload to YouTube, so I'm really glad to be speaking to you. His response is, yeah, well, so am I, and I'm doing it even better than you. Then he starts saying things about how he has my picture and my real name and my address and phone number. But of course, he can't tell me anything about any of that right now, but he has it. Rest assured, trust him, just like you've trusted him for everything else, that he has this personally identifiable information. At this point, I am chock full of flabbergast. By now, even small children and dogs are consciously aware of the fact that I'm not buying, literally or figuratively, what he is selling. Despite this, he refuses to break character. If I were in his position, I think there would be two options to choose from. The first option, the sane option, the obvious option, is to realize that the time I have spent invested in this scam is lost. It's gone, and nothing is going to bring it back. Cut my losses and move on to the next victim. The other option, the one that I call the bat guano crazy option, is to double down and try to convince the mark that you really are legitimately who you say you are. To me, it seems like he needs my acceptance of his persona as much as he wants the $550 or maybe more. Isn't it funny how he has all this personally identifiable information, yet he won't share it with me? Could he be bluffing? That seems so unlikely, yet I am forced to wonder. I finally sent that email that I started before his second call. Perhaps we just couldn't understand each other on the phone. Given that my fundraising campaign has raised over $157 million, I am no longer in need of the $4.6 million ATM card from Barclays. 2, given how patient you were with me, I've instructed my attorney and accountant to send you $50 million. All you need to do is send them $250 for a shipping fee. And clearly, you don't believe any of this because it is so unbelievable. You recognize that I am a fraud and that I don't claim who I am because you are an expert on fraud. I would like to assure you that I did not steal anyone's identity. You see, Stanley Wojciechowicz is a character from a 40-year-old television show. It's been fun, Reverend Henry, or whatever your real name is. Yes, thanks to Google, it is easy to find the picture you used on your ID card and discover the original source. And then I shared with him a screen capture of the Barclays website. Or maybe Reverend Henry just has an identical twin. You should be ashamed. I know you're incapable of shame, but nevertheless you should be. Yes, I am not who I claimed, but neither are you. The difference is that I've never committed fraud against anyone, not even a penny's worth. This is obviously your full-time job. Regardless, as I said, I've had fun. You should know that you're the star of a short YouTube series. If you feel like watching it, go to the link. Note that I haven't posted the final part yet. I'll post it later. Really, think about upgrading your internet connection. It is awful. Don't feel bad. You believed what you wanted to believe, that I would send you money. Just like your victims want to believe that they'll be rich when they send you money. Anyway, thank you for the entertainment, Reverend Henry. It's been a blast. So, at this point, I think we're done. No way is Reverend Henry going to contact me again. Except he did. He called me at about 12:30 this afternoon.
Hello, Reverend Henry. How are you? You really need to upgrade that internet connection.
I think he might have accidentally butt dialed me. Not sure what happened there. Then at 4:12 this afternoon, he called again.
Reverend Henry, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
You claim to be Stanley, right?
Yes. You can call me Scott.
Trying to see someone's identity.
I'm sorry, what? I couldn't hear you.
And you try to see someone's identity.
This connection is...
You're trying to claim someone's...
No.
Claim someone's money.
No. No, I wasn't...
I'm trying to steal someone's identity.
No, I wasn't trying to claim anybody's identity.
All right. Now you can...
It was performance art.
I saw everything. I saw everything. I'm about forwarding you to the FBI.
You know, this connection is really bad right now. I'm only hearing about a third of what you're saying. So if you'd like to try to call back and see if you can get a cleaner connection, that'll be fine. Or you could send me an email and we can talk that way.
You're a criminal. You're a criminal. How would I send an email to a criminal?
I can tell that you're talking, but I really can't understand the words that you're saying right now. I'm sorry. It's just a really bad connection.
That was really hard to listen to. Really, to me, it sounded like he was trapped in a wormhole or something. So now apparently I'm a criminal. How can he email a criminal? The fundamental flaw in his logic is that if I were really trying to claim someone else's money, that would presuppose that I believed that there was really a $4.6 million ATM card to be had. Why wouldn't I have just sent the dang $550 and been done with him 2 weeks ago? Critical thinking skills are not Reverend Henry's strength. But he did go ahead and call back, so let's listen to that one too.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me there, sir?
It's a little bit better at the moment, yes. How can I help you, Reverend Henry?
So, tell me, so you look so fat like a pig.
I'm fat like a pig. Yes, you have definitely seen the videos now. Congratulations.
Wow. You look so fat like a pig.
Oh. This is the way to charm me to get me to send you $550.
Look, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I am, listen to me. I have no problem with that. All right? I'm very much legal and everything is genuine. So I have no problem with you. You're only trying to deceive yourself.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay, fine. Whatever you say.
So tell me something.
Yes.
Is this how you go on stealing people's identity?
I really don't steal people's identity. It was a character in a television show. So I don't really think of that as stealing somebody's identity.
You are not stealing. You are fucking Robinson.
That is correct.
I have your number. I have everything.
I'm sorry, what?
I think we would. I think we would. Because as it is now, I'm forwarding everything there. I have your address. I have your phone number. We'll come for you.
Okay, come for me.
And I promise you, you pay for damages.
I'll pay for damages?
Yeah, you pay for damages.
What damages?
You just branded me a scammer on the internet, and everything about this is real. So I promise you, you pay a whole lot of money.
Okay.
You are in for this.
Well, you know my phone number, and you know my phone number, and you know my address. So just go ahead, send your lawyers to my house.
You are in for this. You are in for this.
I am in for it.
You pay for that. Yeah, you pay for damage. I'm giving you your assurance.
Okay.
You branded me a scammer, whereas I'm not. So you never sent any money to me, and I ate your money. Why would you think I will go ahead and scam you?
Because you know exactly why I think that.
Not everything you see on the internet is fake. But you really stepped on the lion's tail, and I promise you, this television show, this show which messing with scammers, I promise you that you just got the wrong person.
Okay.
And you pay for this. You pay heavily for this.
I look forward to hearing from your attorneys.
Yes, you pay heavily for this.
Okay.
You are really messing yourself up. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Well, you know what?
You joke.
Here's.
You joke with people while you
Reverend Henry, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Reverend Henry?
You will pay for that. Because you are really spoiling and damaging my name. You pay for damages.
Okay.
I'm out for you.
Can I ask you?
I'll prove you wrong.
Can I ask you a question?
I'll prove you wrong, because you know I am real and legal. I put dragging my name to the mud. And listen, Mr. Robinson, I swear to God, you will pay for the whole damages which you caused.
And what damages are they?
For the damages.
How have I damaged you?
How have you damaged me? Oh, no, in the court of law.
Okay, then I don't know why you keep talking to me and why you keep calling me back. Just have your attorneys get in touch with me.
All right. I think we'll fix this out in the court of law.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Good luck. Good luck getting to the United States and getting standing in court.
No problem.
Okay. Goodbye.
No problem. Goodbye. Fast speak.
Alrighty then. This man has not just doubled down on the Reverend Henry persona. I don't think he's even tripled down. At a minimum, he has quadrupled down. Probably more. I am fat like a pig. That is a horrible thing to say to your father, brother, don't you think? Say what you will about Reverend Henry, he obviously has excellent vision. You'd think if he really had my picture earlier today, he would have made that observation at that time. I mean, it's just what I think. And apparently, according to him, I'm an evil person for branding him a scammer. I am going to pay legally in a court of law. He claims he has my address and phone number, which, you know, he might actually have those at this point. There's enough information on my YouTube channel that if you knew where to look, you could probably find that information. I mean, he definitely didn't have it earlier today, but he could have it now. I think it's pretty clear that he has no real intent to do anything, though. He's trying to scare me and insult me. He obviously has no clue what it would take to bring a real case against me in the United States. And the goodbye fat pig at the end of the call as he hung up, that was a really nice touch. Obviously, Reverend Henry has the emotional development of a 4-year-old. And he did all this on the phone, which I have to believe costs him some small amount of money. Maybe he's stealing telephone service too, I don't know. But even though the smart thing to do at this point would be to cut his losses and move on, I am just on his mind, under his skin, whatever you want to say, and he just can't let go. It is an itch that he can't scratch. I get it. I'm like that myself to an extent too. It's just that, when I do that, it's endearing, it's cute, it's charming. When he does it, it's just pitiful, don't you think? I did send him another email later after that call. I said, since email is easier to understand when internet connections are slow and bad, I just wanted to drop a line and say thank you for all the calls today. I was wondering if you would like the name and address for my attorney. It might be easier for your attorney to speak with him directly and work through any issues that arise. Let me know what I can do to help expedite this process. Oh, and if you do want to speak with the FBI, I can get you the case number I opened with them when we first started conversing. I think it was this long ID that I filed with the Internet Crime Complaint Center and the URL to it. Take care. I'm really not too worried about his legal threats, about how I'm going to pay in a court of law, but I do think it's better to be safe than sorry. So to that end, I've created a crowdfunding campaign for myself. And we're up to $65,314,948 of $1 billion, raised by that exact same number of people. Everybody's just donating $1 this time. But there's 7 days remaining, so it's looking like I'm on track to make $1 billion before all is said and done. For the second series in a row, Mr. Raymond last time, Reverend Henry this time, I've been surprised by the scammer's reaction to the end game announcement. I assumed that Reverend Henry would snap and break character, but he didn't. He's like doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on it. It's as though he thought he could convince me to trust him and go ahead and send me the money, or send him the money, while calling me a fraud and an identity thief and a criminal. As I said in the intro, I suspect this is the last Reverend Henry installment. If he surprises me with another email or call, which he has done 4 or 5 times today, I'll post it as an update. But I really suspect that ship has sailed at this point. I really appreciate all you guys for sticking with the series, and I hope you've enjoyed it. In my mind, this series was probably maybe a little too similar to the previous one, so I think I may take some time to figure out how to freshen up the concept a little bit, rather than simply repeating the same things I've done in the past. Maybe a new character would be helpful, I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in a comment or a message. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, please click like. If not, you can click dislike. In fact, I should probably go check. Reverend Henry probably has clicked dislike on everything. It'll be my first dislikes. But I would like to know what about it doesn't work for you. If you're not Reverend Henry and you click dislike, I'd appreciate you letting me know. As always, I'm looking for a few good subscribers. Share this with your friends, so on and so forth. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, that's the scam, and I am out of here.